Hey, you guys. So, coming back with a quick message. This message I got based upon my reading. I am now in the book of Joshua. And so, when I was reading the book of Joshua last night, God was letting me know that He's preparing a lot of His children for the promised land, right? We all know about Joshua. Joshua was the one who took over the mantle from Moses and led the remaining Israelites into the promised land, which was Canaan. And so when I started reading, I was like, okay, God, because I was trying to figure out why God had told me to go into the book of Joshua. And then when I started reading, it's like a little paragraph that's because I read from the Life Application Bible, New Living Translation, and it has like a little paragraph before you get into chapter one, and God told me to read it, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. But it says entering the promised land, and it says after wandering for 40 years in the wilderness, a new generation is ready to enter Canaan. But first, God prepares Joshua and the nation by teaching them the importance of courage and consistent faith. The nation then miraculously crossed the Jordan River to begin the long awaited quest for the promised land. Like Joshua, we too need faith to begin and grow in the Christian life. So, God is preparing a lot of you guys to go into the promised land, even though it don't feel good, right? You have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations and battles sometimes in order to strengthen your faith, in order to teach you how to grow and operate in your gifts. So, that's what you're experiencing, that's what you've been feeling. And so, God is preparing a lot of His children to go into the promised land. And I know, like I told you guys, God had me like in a place to rest for a few days. So when I got over to chapter 1 verses 13, I chuckled, and I'm gonna read it. It says, remember what Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you. The Lord your God is giving you a place of rest. He has given you this land. Your children, wives, and livestock may enter here in the land Moses assigned to you on the east side of the Jordan River. But your strong warriors, fully armed, must lead the other tribes across the Jordan River to help them conquer their territory. Stay with them until the Lord gives them rest, and He will give you rest. And until they too possess the land your God is giving them. Only then may you return to settle here on the east side of the Jordan River in the land that Moses, the servant of the Lord, assigned to you. So, God is giving a lot of you guys rest during this time, um, because He's prepping you to enter into the promised land, and then He's going to give you rest again. Okay, so um, just know that God is preparing a lot of His children into for the promised land. I told you guys before, we are in the eighth month. The eighth month is meaning new beginnings, right? And like I told you guys, like warfare has kind of been high, but warfare has been different because the way that the warfare is coming now, because like the devil is trying to use layer attacks, the devil is trying to do sneak attacks for a lot of God's children. But know that you are getting ready to enter into the promised land. And you know, Joshua, God got me in the book of Joshua. And one thing, if you're going through anything during this time, I will encourage you to read the book of Joshua, because you know Joshua, he was a warrior, right? He was a soldier. Like he went out there and he fought battles and he won battles and won wars. So just know that, you know, God is prepping you. He's prepping you to win these battles. He's prepping you to go to war, because some things you're actually gonna have to go to war for, and you're gonna have to go to war for it in the spiritual realm. You're probably gonna have to go to war for it in the natural. And what I mean by in the natural is you're gonna have to stand 10 toes down about some things. Stand up for yourself. Advocate for yourself when people try to take advantage of you and different things of that nature. So just know that God's prepping you for the promised land. I don't know what God might have promised you. I just know God has been reminding me that He's going to make all things new, all things new, all things new. And Lord, I thank you. He's gonna make all things new. And yes, it might have took a while. Yes, it might have took some years, but now is your time to enter into the land that God has promised you, to enter into the land that He has assigned to you. And I'm just telling God, thank you, because You know, you have to go through the process sometimes in order to get to the promise. King David, he was, you know, he was ordained at the age of 15 to become king, but it took him years to get there. But he still had to be processed for the promise. He still had to be a shepherd's boy to learn how to go to battle and to learn how to go to war and to fight against Goliath and things of that nature to prepare him for his kingdom that he was going to rule. The same thing with us, you guys. Um, Even with, Jesus started his ministry when he was 30, and he still had to go, he still had to go and went to the temple in order to, study and things of that nature. So we still have to go through a process, y'all. Um, but God is processing you for the promise, and God is preparing you for the promised land. A lot of you guys are to that place where you are on the other side of the Jordan River and you're about to cross over. You just got to keep the faith. All right. And a reason why a lot of you guys might not have entered into the promised land might be in like similar situations as the Israelites. You were attached and tied to people that were disobedient and that were doing things that was against the will of the Father and that were causing you to be stagnant because you are attached to them. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Even with Joshua, when they were going to different battles and winning different wars, and it was one particular battle they didn't win, and he asked God, why I did not win this particular battle? I did everything that you told me to do. Why I did not win this particular battle? And God let Joshua know, because it's not you, it's who you was attached to. The soldiers took something they wasn't supposed to take. They were disobedient. So you got to understand those type of things will cause you and stop you from getting into your promised land, from getting to your next. But God is preparing you for the promised land, okay? And God is about to give you a place of rest. A lot of you guys have been in a survival mode for a long time. A lot of you guys have been in survival mode, has been um, um, in fight mode. And a lot of you guys have been praying and asking God and saying, God, when can I live my soft life? When can I live my soft girl area? Soft girl era. Like, when can I walk into that? When can I just be, uh, just be at peace and at ease? And don't have to worry about certain things. God is about to allow that to happen for you. All right. He's prepping you for the promise. He's preparing you for the promised land. Okay. So get ready. Make sure you guys are following his instructions. Make sure you guys are reading his word. But that's what you're feeling. That's what you're going through right now, is that God is preparing you for the promised land. And even when God's preparing you for the promised land, it might not feel good all the time. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It might not feel good all the time. Especially when you are in a place where you are about to cross over. Thank you, Holy Spirit. It's like when you're about to cross over, that ignites a whole different level of warfare. You still have to go. It's like you're going through a whole totally different level of warfare. I told you guys about the Super Mario game, how each level is like the warfare gets harder. Even though you get to a new level, the warfare gets harder. Same way. Okay. So, but just know that God is processing you for the promised land, and stay encouraged. Okay. I love you guys. I pray that you all have an amazing day. I'll be praying for you guys as well, because I know it's not easy. All right. And I love you. And I pray that, you guys are being strengthened during this time. Stay encouraged. And I will chat with you all later.